Hello, hello. Starting a little bit early, so maybe people could get on. Just sit here and wait. All right, so before people come in and join, I put it in the chat. If you can, go check out my Patreon. Link is in the chat. If you want to become a member, I'd greatly appreciate your support. Would mean the world. There's two options. You can become a free member, and there's a paid member. Obviously, the paid membership helps support my channel. So if you can, I'd greatly appreciate it. Head on over to my Patreon in the link in the chat and help me out. Help out the channel. Every little bit counts and helps me keep doing content for all of you. And yeah. Also, hit that like button if you can on the chat. And also, if you like this live, go check out my videos. I got a bunch of long form and short form videos that I've been doing for the past 3-4 months now. And consider subscribing. So today I'm just hanging out now. I've been pretty busy all week with still more house stuff. Working on my shower right now. I got a bunch of stuff from doing all the tile and stuff. So I'm working on my insert right now for my shower. I'm almost done. Probably got another few hours to go. Excuse me, and then it'll be ready. Then it'll be all done, ready to rock and roll. Hopefully everybody's having a good weekend so far and having a good week. What you doing, Willow? So who's on right now with me? Say hello. Hit up that chat. Say hi. So I know you're here. So I know who's watching me. I see people are rolling in. Thanks for joining me on this Saturday. I know everybody's got a lot of stuff they've got going on, but I'm always amazed at who joins and joins me to hang out on these lives. I really do appreciate it. And let me know if you hear me good. My mic's good today. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Hello from Central Mass. I think you've joined before. I'm not too sure. I remember you from Daniel's lives. Well, I don't know if you subscribed yet, Joe, but it's a pleasure to have you here. And if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, man. And thanks for joining. Hey, Roy. What's up, man? I'm just hanging out, dude. I've been doing my tile to my shower. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. I'm probably going to be tomorrow. I'm going to be I'm going to do a different kind of video tomorrow morning. I'm going to shoot for my next one and probably get a short out of it, and then figure out what my next project's going to be as far as like what I'm going to do. I haven't decided if I'm going to my live edge. I have my live edge going on, but I still have to order some epoxy and things like that, and I got to order a bow tie jig, or a bow tie template rather, so I can put some bow ties in it, which will be fun. I've never done bow ties before. So that'll be fun, interesting. This is actually, I've done a little bit, but this is my first real experience with live edge material. A friend of mine, fellow content creator in my town, go figure, he has a bunch of live edge stuff, so I'm just kind of trying something new and seeing how it goes, and we'll see. Just having fun with it, nothing too serious. So yeah, that's where we're at. Joe says, yes, I have. Just hanging out in the shop, waiting on some glue dry. What are you building, Joe? Do share, please. Pizza guy's here. Roy says, I bought the Holland C1, but doesn't seem to cancel out the noise of the Dremel. You bought the C1? Did you buy the... I have the Lark M1s. Yeah. Hey. How's it going? Pretty good. How you doing? Pretty good. Here you go. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, Dremels can be pretty loud. I don't know if you guys caught me on the live when my guys were doing tile, but he had to move his machine over here, and it was pretty loud. People were asking what the noise was, but I didn't seem to bug too many people. I had the noise canceling down on them, because they have the noise canceling button, if you can still hear me, and it turns to green. It's usually blue, but it turns to green. So I don't know if did you get the right ones, Roy? Because these are the Lark M1s. I don't know what the C ones are. Thanks, Ben. You too. Got some pizza. I love pizza. We get pizza like probably once or twice a week. Sometimes, yeah, once a week. Will the M1 block out the noise, the sound of the Dremel? It should. It should. Well, let's test it out. I'm not gonna. Let's see. Yes, please. My Dremel. My Dremel's in the thing. Let's test out my grinder's kind of like a Dremel. It's a little bit louder. So let me know how it's how the sound is. Then you could kind of get an idea of how it cancels out the sound, Roy. So I'm gonna hold the grinder over here. Get it to go. Let me know how that's canceling out the sound. That's a little bit louder than a Dremel. So my mic is on noise canceling right now as I'm on my video. So let me know how that sounded. Maybe that'll give you an idea of how the audio is for it. Joe says, trying to sample pumpkin from Daniel's video the other day out of scrap 2x4s. Yeah, that was a cool... He's been doing some cool videos, and that's a really good idea. Those are some things that I have to really get more into, I feel, like small stuff like that, because, I mean, I don't have an Etsy shop or anything like that, but it doesn't mean it's not interesting. I'm very, very interested in that kind of thing. I'm actually really interested. Thank you.
Want something to drink?
No, I'm good. I have something. Pizza. Hope you guys don't mind me eating. Yeah, I am interested in my local markets. They have a few that are pretty nice. One that's not too far away from me that I really like, and it's a lot of local local distributors, little small businesses, which is nice. We have a lot of nice people in this little town of ours. It's a nice place to be. But yeah, that's something I definitely like to get more into, like small stuff like that. See where it goes, you know. I like doing cutting boards and coasters and things like that, but I feel like I kind of got burnt out on them a little bit. So I think that the seasonal stuff will be a little bit more fun for me. I I feel like in my opinion, just for me, just the repetitive, just I mean, cutting boards. There's not much to it. I mean, you just mill your stuff down and kind of make it however you want it, like dimension wise, and then you know you gotta mill it down, and then you gotta glue it up, and then you gotta account for your snipe, and if you want to trick it out, if you want to add like chamfered edges or rounded over edges, or just like or like add a juice groove, or just handle groove, stuff like that. I mean, it's fun, but it's just like I think like holiday decor would be a little bit more fun for me because it gives me a chance to be more creative in a sense. Maybe you guys can give me your thoughts on that, how you feel about that, the whole holiday decor thing, and the whole like just selling stuff, period. Roy says, was probably about the same as the C1, and thank you very much. That was very kind of you. Oh, you're welcome, Roy. I just appreciate you joining me. You're over there in the UK right now. It's probably pretty late over there, right? Like midnight or something. Joe says, all my cutting boards went out to friends and family as gifts. Yeah, they're good gifts. They're good gift ideas. Maybe Etsy's a little bit different, I guess, because I feel like the market bar is, the price point is set a little higher. I feel like people pay a little bit more higher on Etsy just because it's, they're I don't know. I see the prices of things and I'm like, wow, that's pretty expensive. I can't believe people are paying that money. And then I kind of feel like with cutting boards and like coasters and things like that, your price point isn't really that high like with local sales unless you're really at the market. I feel like Etsy's probably the best way to go in my opinion. And I don't even have really any experience on Etsy. I'm just from what I see. Maybe some other people can chime in. The markets are kind of hit and miss. I know a lot of people that go to the markets and they have great success, and then I know some people that don't. So it's kind of like you kind of just got to be patient. But I feel like the cool thing about the markets is, as opposed to Etsy, is you could really like get to know people and kind of like put yourself out there. So it's just they're both different. They both have their pluses and minuses, I'm sure. Jalapeno is my favorite. Roy says, it's 3 minutes past midnight. Nice. How's it been over there? I don't know how. Is it crazier over there since like all the Olympic stuff is going on? I know that's in France, but it's not too far away from you, right? Man, we got this place in town. It's called Everybody That Moves Out of Our Town, or the Central Valley or California. They always talk about this pizza. It's company's called Me and Ed's, and they got some wonderful pizza. Like I have friends that have moved away, and they miss the pizza. That's one thing that they miss is the Me and Ed's pizza. Who else is on right now with me? It's showing five people. So who else is on? Say hello. Don't be scared. Roy says, have you seen the epoxy tables with wood inside it? They sell for a fortune. Yes, I've seen them. They do. They sell for, seems like they sell for a lot when they're real quality. Like, I know a lot of people, Cam from Blacktail Studio, he does some pretty awesome tables. I'm sure there's a lot of other people that do tables too that are just unreal. There's a guy in my town, Keith, that does a lot of tables, but it's more live edge, and he just like kind of fills the voids with epoxy and coffee grounds. He does like turquoise stuff. He breaks up turquoise and things like that in the builds if there's like a bigger void, but he doesn't really do a lot of like river table type stuff or epoxy based tables mainly. But Cam does good work. It looks like he does pretty good work. Pretty tricked out tables. And it seems like they do sell. People do like that. People like bar tops, custom bar tops like that too, I feel. We'll see. I might put my hat in the fray and do an epoxy table. We'll see down the road. I see how they're done. There's nothing too crazy to them. I'm actually going to be buying epoxy for the first time. I've used small like 5-minute epoxy, like just squeeze out tubes in the accelerator, but nothing too crazy. Like I'm probably going to be using probably buying like a gallon kit of the activator and the regular stuff, and really doing some stuff for my live edge. And then just having the extra around just so I have it. I found some that on some pretty good rated stuff epoxy on Amazon that's not too crazy in price, So we'll see. But yeah, epoxy is very intriguing. Definitely something that I want to. Definitely something that I want to do, From what I've seen, the people who mess up on those are the ones that really don't really do their homework on the project, and then they, I do know epoxy is very like it seems like it's very like it has to be the right temperature in the room. Am I having Roy says, you having a beer with your pizza? No, this is a Rockstar, but I could have a beer. Take a vote. Should I have a beer with my pizza? Hopefully I'm not chewing too loud on the mic. Hopefully that's not irritating anybody. I do usually have beer with pizza though. I am a big fan of beer. Who likes beer? What's your favorite beer? Tell me. I like to hear about beer. Who else is in this chat? We've got 8 people. Who's say hello? Jump on in. I'm just hanging out. Hey, what's up, Juan? Juan says, hey, sorry. Hey, all, sorry, I'm at a retirement party. Stopping by to say hi. Nice. Thanks for joining us, Juan. Hey, since you're at a retirement party, I just asked right now, what's your favorite beer? Do you like beer, or do you like the hard stuff? Let us know. We're sharing our favorite beers right now. I like a lot of different beer. Joe says, I have some beautiful tables, but the cost of materials is too high for my area. Yeah. It just depends. You gotta kind of search around. Stuff is expensive, and you definitely have to be very creative, because the market can be kind of cruel with some things. So you have to like really be on point and really like kind of do your homework and learn and all that stuff. Roy says it's about 5 hours on the train from here to France. It's not bad. I've never been to the UK, but I've always wanted to go. I have a lot of family in Italy. I just think that it's really pretty over there, like Italy, Spain, everywhere really. There's just a lot of their infrastructures over there, and their buildings have just so much history, and they just look like they definitely build different over there than we do here in America. You know, those the crazy cathedrals are they just look so cool. Oscar says, and hello Oscar, thanks for joining. Oscar says, go for it, live the dream, have that beer. Yeah, I like beer. I think right now I just have Modelo and Budweiser. My wife, she likes beer too, but she also likes White Claws too, if you guys are familiar with that. I'm not big on White Claws. She is, which is cool. You know. Joe says seasonal beer, winter warmer from Harpoon. I've never had that one. I like a seasonal beer. I really like Fat Tire. If you guys have ever had that one, they make some pretty good beers. I think Acclamation is one of theirs. Sierra Nevada makes good beers. Firestone makes really good beers. My favorite beer used to be Velvet Merlin from Firestone. They have some good beers. I've been to their brewery in Paso Robles. It's down south a little bit, and they have good food there too. And you can take a tour of their brewery, and it's nice. They have some good beers. Roy says my favorite beer is Hobgoblin. You probably don't get it there. I've never had that one. Or Guinness. I've had Guinness. Guinness is pretty good. It's pretty good. I like that one. Yeah. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab a beer. You guys should join me. Grab one too. I'm on mic right now. For the opener. Yes. Hopefully you guys are still with me. I just went to go get a beer. Cheers. I'll type it in the thing. Cheers, everybody. That's a good one. That's a good beer. So, anybody have any projects coming up? Anything going on? Anything? I know the seasonal stuff is going on, but maybe other stuff that you got going on, like stuff that you have planned for future projects. Do share. Oscar says, I'm more of an apple pie moonshine person myself. Got to be ice cold. Dang, I bet you that's probably pretty hardcore right there, I'm sure. Roy says, there's a pub by where I live, and it was built in 1528, and the highwaymen used to stay there for a rest. That's cool. That's really cool. We have this we have some pretty good breweries here. Barrel House, Tioga Sequoia is pretty good. It's downtown. There's a few more. There's a new one that opened up down the way. There's a couple of them that I haven't been to. I think we have right down the road, we have the oldest, I don't know if you guys like wine, but we have the oldest port winery in the United States. And they're called Ficklin. Ficklin Vineyards. They produce they're the oldest port winery in the United States. And they make pretty good wine if you like ports. They make other good wines too, but mainly dessert wines. Hey, what's up, Greg? Hey, any of you guys looking for a channel to subscribe to? You guys should subscribe to Greg, Mr. E Builds. I'm gonna share his channel. Give me 1 second. There's Greg's channel. Go hit that subscribe button. He's got some cool videos. He does mainly short videos, but they're really funny, very entertaining. Thanks for stopping by, Greg. That video you just posted with Ace Ventura, that was pretty funny. Greg has some really funny stuff that he posts. But Greg is Mr. E Builds. He just hit up on the chat. So say hello and check out his page and show him some love and hit that subscribe button. Man, it's a real low-key day. It's real chill. Oh, you're welcome, Greg. You're welcome. Gotta share the love, you know. This whole YouTube thing is real fun. It's fun to share your love of anything really, if whatever your niche is or your genre, and it's nice to meet people like I've said before. It's just it's nice to just hang out. That's the cool thing about these lives is you can just chill out and just people show interest in what you're doing and just hang out, which is nice. And if you haven't already, hit that like button, and say hello too if you want. I see people watching, but they're not saying hello. Hopefully they can say hello. So what do you guys have planned? I know you said you're building some of Daniel's pumpkins that he had. What are you guys going to be building for the holidays? Maybe you could share what you're building for the holidays, and I want to hear them. Maybe there's some cool ideas. Joe says, "Gotta go. Wife is calling for dinner. Have a good night." Thanks for joining us, Joe. Have a good dinner. Greg, you still on here? What's your next build, man? I know you're always building stuff. You can't give out that information. Roy says Lee came over and drove from San Francisco to San Diego And on the way, not far from Morro Bay, there was Orange County, and I think there was a lot of vineyards around there. Yeah, Morro Bay's fun. I like San Diego. San Francisco's cool. There's some good stuff about San Francisco. You're going to watch baseball. It's fun, and they got some good clam chowder over there. San Diego is probably one of the cleanest towns. Carlsbad in California, really. Morro Bay's nice too. If you're ever out in Morro Bay area again, Dorn's, it has really good food, really good breakfast. Their eggs Benedict is really good. My stuff's gonna blow away. My there's a lot of vineyards. Surprisingly, I've never been to Napa, and they have a lot of. You retracted your statement, Roy, or what? Oscar says 14-inch box pumpkins with tea lights. Nice. Yeah, pumpkins are cool. I've never really made holiday decor to sell. It's been more of like I'm really into like designing my house for Halloween and Christmas and stuff. So I'll make like props and all kinds of stuff. I've built like a big sleigh with a Santa in it. I've built like trees and I'll drill out dowels to put the lights through, and I'll build like custom stars and stuff. And then I've built like pumpkins for Halloween and ghosts and stuff like that. Hey, what's up, Josh? How you doing, brother? Hope you're having a good day, man. I know it's a little bit later where you're at. I appreciate you joining me. It's kind of a slow day. I've been just working on my shower for my master bathroom, putting in my tile and stuff. So I'm at the insert part. I'm putting mosaic tile in, which is pretty nice. Oh, you put your comment back in there, Roy. I don't know what happened to it. Cheers, Josh. I ordered pizza. So Oscar said, why not have a beer? So I'm having a beer with my pizza. Hopefully you guys don't mind. Oh, more people coming in, huh? Say hello, hello. Say hello. Josh says, just got home from a family reunion, feeling old now. Why you say that? Did you have fun though? Family reunions are always nice. It's always nice to see what people have going on that are, in your family. Well, I mean, family that you don't normally see, That's the cool thing about like nowadays, like social media and stuff like that is that I feel like you can have a better connection with people like further away. I feel like it's easier. You don't just have to dial on your phone, which is old school, or you get to see the person, like their life, day-to-day life. They post a lot of stuff, and it's cool. That's the coolest thing for me on social media, other than like sharing my my woodworking and stuff like that. Oscar says, makes pizza taste better. Yeah, it does. I remember this one time I went to this same pizza place I go to, and my wife was like she was busy doing something. So I was like, I got some time. So I went and got a pizza. And usually if I go and I have some time, I'll hang out like at the little bar right there, and they have beer on tap. So I'll get like a pitcher for myself I'll just hang out, you know. So yeah, one time I just hung out and I just had a nice little picture to myself, which was cool. Josh says we used to talk about our jobs and kids' sports. Now we talk about retirement planning. Yeah, that happens. I haven't got there yet. I'm probably not going to retire for a while, but retirement is retirement. You know, that's down the line. I feel like you got to, you know, you have more your kids and like stuff like that, and sports and jobs. You know, there's a ton of stuff you could share with people. It's just, are you willing to share? Are you willing to, like, you know, put yourself out there and just get to know people? And I think that's cool. That's the beauty of like getting to know people and putting yourself out there, especially when it's not like, you know, comfortable per se, because it forces you to kind of break your own barriers if you're not used to it. And I feel like for myself, like I've always been able to talk to people and stuff, and I don't ever have a problem in that area. But like as far as like YouTube and this whole new journey that I'm on, it's been rewarding. It's been fun. It's definitely something that I took you know, it's just, I just wanted to put myself out there and just get to know people and share my love with woodworking, which is fun. But you never know unless so it's been cool so far. I met a lot of nice people, having a lot of fun, um, learning, exploring, all kinds of stuff. Josh says, mine's already here, was supposed to be gone last year, way early and unprepared for it. Oh, you're talking about your retirement? What are you talking about? Maybe you can clarify, Josh. Roy says, have you ever been to Sequoia National Park and been to see the sequoia trees? General Sherman is there. It's the biggest tree we have ever seen. Yeah, I have. I haven't like been through there a ton, but I've explored a little bit of Sequoia. My brother, he actually used to be an executive chef in Grant Grove, um, and I went up there a few times to visit. It was pretty cool. Those trees are crazy. Those trees are crazy. Roy also says we love the national parks over there and love California. Yeah, California is nice. It's nice. It has its, you know, there's a lot of people that like to shit on California, and then there's a lot of people that love California, and that, I feel like that's how it is everywhere. Like wherever you live, there's always pros and cons. You know, you just have to. I mean, here it's just expensive. From what I've seen, and the coastal states are usually more expensive most of the time. I mean, Oregon really isn't super expensive to live. Um, but for the most part, you know, they seem like they're a little bit more expensive than the states that are inward. Um, but I mean, you got the beaches 2 hours away. Anywhere is 2 hours away. The mountains, our cabin is like 40 minutes away, 45 minutes away. So I can't complain. You know, it doesn't get super crazy cold here. It gets hot, but like not crazy. Um, so you got to kind of take the good with the bad. It gets hot in the valley, But if you go up to Shaver, it's cooler. Shaver is the mountains, for those of you who don't know. And if you want to enjoy the snow and the cold weather, you could just go to Shaver or go places that are close by that have, nice skiing and snowboard and all that stuff. Oscar says, need to try to incorporate a wine chiller in the wine caddy. That's kind of interesting. How would you go about doing that? Would it be like a reservoir that pulls out with that you could put ice in or something? Do tell, Oscar. Josh says, yep, Doc said he doesn't know how I survived. Had to leave workforce, so I can't draw retirement funds for another 15 years, trying to find my motivation again. Yeah, that sucks, Josh. That really does. I'm so happy that you survived, man, because I feel like you have so much to give, not just for yourself and your family, but I feel like you have a lot that you could show the world, really, man. And I don't really, I don't feel that way about everybody. So that just shows you how like special you are, man. Just so you know, I feel like you got a lot to give, dude, and I'm looking forward to you having your shop clean, and we could do a live together and really, I think it'll be fun. I think that'll be really cool, and I do think that you're gonna find your motivation. I think it's gonna increase as time goes, So, yeah. Oscar says maybe something as simple as a small ice bucket. Yeah, that's the beauty of woodworking and the beauty of design. Really, is that you could. There's many avenues you could go. It's like, especially if it's your own design plan, it's not someone else's. Like you can really design something however you want, And if it doesn't work, you could always just, design it differently, just as you go. That's the beauty of building, really. Um, I know a lot of people like to see things that people build and they have plans for them, and that's nice. That's nice to be able to look at, but I do definitely feel that you should take others like what you see and kind of put your own spin on it, per se, like Daniel says. Make it unique, make it yours, you know. Josh said, thanks, bro. Broke the news about my YouTube channel to some of my family today, and they checked out some of my work on my phone. Starting to feel better again. Been in a rut last couple of weeks. Well, get out of that rut, baby. You gotta make a video out of that. You gotta make a video out of that wine caddy and a short and some other stuff. You could do it, Josh. You could do it, man. It happens. You getting in a rut. It happens. Things happen. You just have to find inspiration from others and just stay positive and just you just got to keep going. You got to keep trying to be unique, because you are unique. So just think about what you're going to do and just put something out there again. Like, look what happened last time, Josh. You put out that. I got a bunch of stuff on my ear. Look what happened when you put out that lantern and you did all those things, man. That's amazing. I'm sure you could do it again. Your creative side is ridiculous. I love it. Oscar says now we need to build a beer caddy. I agree. I definitely need to build a beer caddy. I'd probably make it a little bit. I probably wouldn't make my beer caddy as elegant as my wine caddy. I wanted my wine caddy to be real elegant. I wanted it to be very detailed. I wanted it to just be enriched with like so many layers of just variety. I feel like with a beer caddy it might be a little bit different. I might, I don't know. It would probably be detailed too because that's what I do. But I always have fun, so that's my main thing. I have fun. Josh says finishing that hutch tomorrow. That should help me get going again. Can't wait to get it out of my shop. Why don't you make a video out of that hutch, Josh? All the details. People love that type of stuff, man. You can make a short. Like, here's the thing: when you're making content, right? I like there's just think about it as you go day to day life. You can make content out of so much stuff, right? And you might be surprised. Some of the stuff that you think like won't be interesting will be to other people. It's crazy, but you just got to get out there and do it. Hey Ray, how you doing? How's your Saturday going? Yeah, Oscar says, "Got you thinking." Yeah, you got me thinking. My wheels are always spinning, man. I mean, I have my times where I get in a rut and I'm like, you kind of just got to get out of it and just say, I'm going to go build this. You got to just say, I'm going to test myself and go build this or build that, or you just got to keep going. Some things are going to be really fabulous and some things aren't, but you just got to you got to go for it. You definitely got me thinking, though. I might build a beer caddy. Cheers, Ray. Cheers. Man, you guys hear those birds? Birds are going crazy in my tree. I got this big ass tree in front of my house, and we usually cut it like early on in the year, and then towards like the latter end of the year, like holiday time, it really like gets filled with leaves and the branches grow pretty long, and it's a nice tree. But the more leaves and branches you have, the more damn birds you have in there. So it's kind of crazy sometimes, as you can hear. I don't know if you guys can hear. Can you hear them? I'm not just crazy, all right? It's funny, I went to the hardwood store the other day just to get some basic. I just got some poplar just for some stuff around the house, and it's funny when you go to the hardwood store and you like. I've been looking at different woods and different exotic woods, and I'm like, man, like I want to get some new stuff, but I still have some material here at my house in my shop, and I really want to use that up before I go crazy with something else. I'm gonna plant something like with a lot of exotic wood that I think I'm gonna do. We'll see though. Roy says, I'm trying new designs for my birdhouses. Started doing some flowers with the hole as the center of the flower and going to add flowers into the wood spirit beard. I saw that you were doing some flower stuff. That's pretty cool, man. Like I said, it's nice to try new things. It's really nice when you like the evolution of a woodworker. You know, like when you and it's like you get that new tool, or you see that video and it really sparks, like, you know, gets those wheels turning, and you really like, you know, it's those type of projects that the ones that like not only are fun, because you got to make it all fun, right? But when you can really like just say, okay, I'm gonna just dive into this thing and just go for it. Oscar says, tweet, tweet. Yeah, they're definitely still. They're loud. I'm going to be doing my... I'm actually doing... I've never done this before, but I'm doing this... I'm going to do a sticker swap with this fellow woodworker that I know. She doesn't have a... I'm very surprised she doesn't have a YouTube channel. She does some really cool work. She's really good at design, and just she's very artistic with everything she does. Her name is Crystal. She does a lot of Instagram stuff, but I'm gonna be doing a sticker swap with her. So I'm gonna be sending off my stickers, and she's gonna send off her stickers, and I'm gonna add them to my sticker wall over there. So anybody else who has stickers and wants to do a sticker swap, let's do it. Josh says, once I get this monstrosity delivered, we'll have room to tear it up in here again. Just don't have room right now. I know how you feel, Josh. When I had my damn cabinets in here, it was like, it's it's just one of those things. Like when you don't have a monster shop, it sucks when you like are limited with space, and you're doing like a big build. Like my kitchen was a big build, and my shop was full of my cabinets, and it's just one of those things. Like when you're remodeling, everything has to be in sequence, because if you just go out of sequence, it just doesn't make sense, and it just makes life harder for you. You know, I had to demo my whole kitchen, and then the way I already had everything pre-built. So once you demo, then you install, and, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, I definitely know how you feel. Like, I mean, my shop isn't that big. I still have my problems too. I mean, look at me. I got a damn punching bag in here. Ray says, I've been making porch swings for the last 2 days. It's been a long process. I've never built a porch swing. That'd be a cool build. Oscar says Paduke with zebra wood for beer caddy. Oh, that's a good idea. I've used some Paduke. I've never used zebra wood though. That's crazy that you say that. I've been, you know, when I go to the hardwood store, I've been glancing at the zebra wood. Paduke's nice. Wengay, I want to do some stuff with Wengay. There's some other ones that I'd like to do. Sapile would be nice. What's another one that I've seen there? It's tough to, like, walnut is so pretty. Yes, Paduke is messy. Paduke is like, if I had to it's kind of like African mahogany, but a little bit more dense, I feel. Purple Heart is, you got Purple Heart, I feel like it comes out really nice, but with Purple Heart it's like you get like, it's real easy to get like blade burn on it. It's real easy to like, it's like for cutting boards it's kind of different. It's like a, then once you mill it down and it's all like, it changes color. A lot of people don't know it changes color. It's like a darker, it's like, looks like walnut when you mill it down. It doesn't always keep its purple, and you have to use like acetone to revive it or leave it out in the sun, so Oscar says, yeah, but has a nice finish. It does. It has a nice finish. Um, there's also Red Heart and Yellow Heart. I follow this guy. I've never used Red Heart or Yellow Heart. I follow this guy that's he does a lot of bowls. He doesn't do them like with a lathe, but he has a different way of doing it with a router and stuff like that. But he does like a lot of trays and a lot of cutting boards, a lot of cups, a lot of stuff like that. And he uses a lot of exotic woods like that, which come out real nice. He's a content creator on here. His channel is 68 Woodworks, and he's out of Washington. He's pretty good. He yeah, he does some good stuff. Josh says, like peanut butter sticks on everything. Yeah, it does. Sure does. Oscar says Merbau instead of Paduke. I never used Merbau. Is that how you pronounce it? Merbau? There's some nice woods. There's some nice woods out there. You know who did a real cool project? I'm sure you guys. I'm sure you guys follow Bourbon Moth. Well, from every year for the last year he did it, and then he just did it recently. His he's got a partner that is like his right hand man. His name's Craig. He just did a really nice build, man. I think this is his second build, and he's a pretty. He did like this truffle chest, like this. It's really nice. I just watched it this morning. He did a really good job doing those. I've never done a truffle option for a build. That's something that I'd like to do down the line. But Craig did a really good job with it. Yeah, he did. I mean, he doesn't have a ton of woodworking experience, but he obviously, when you're around a guy like Jason Hibbs, he's going to teach you all the right stuff. So he did a really good job on it. You have stickers, Roy? Yeah. I'm gonna have to message you my address, and you give me yours. I'll send you some stickers. Oscar said close enough. Are you talking about my pronunciation? Yeah. I was hoping I did. Now is Merbau like is it like the same type of color as Paduke? Man, these birds are really joining the party today. So Roy asked, why is your channel called 77 Rockets? Okay. So my dad, I'm a third generation carpenter. My dad was, he was my main teacher. And he sadly passed away 2 years ago from cancer. So the name 77 Rockets, he always used that growing up. Like me growing up, I noticed that he used that. He had like, that was his like passwords, and you know, just, it was like something that he had like that was close to him. He grew up in Minnesota, and he graduated in 1977, and they were called the Rockets. So he's 77 Rockets was on, you know, his class ring, and his, you know, he just, it's something that he carried with him, close to his heart. So he taught me everything I know, most of the things I know, like, you know, and he basically, I mean, 15 years ago, I would have never thought I would have been a carpenter or like a woodworker or anything. He got me into that life. He got me into that, showed me that world. He showed me something that I would have never knew that I would have liked. I mean, I was always like intrigued, you know, with like New Yankee Workshop, and I was always intrigued with that kind of stuff. But I was like, man, I don't know if a guy like me could do that, like build stuff like that and be like, you know, creative and be a builder, and just, you know, because it takes a lot of time and effort, and you know, you gotta really put everything into your craft. So point being is that he showed me the world of woodworking and unlocked something, a love that I just had been looking for, with a hobby. And I just, you know, when he passed away, I wanted to honor him in some way. So I created 77 Rockets Woodworking, if that makes sense. So 77 Rockets Woodworking is in tribute to him. It's my way of extending his lineage, of keeping his love for woodworking and carpentry alive, and showing my real passion that he showed me, that he unlocked, and I'm just keeping that going. So that's where 77 Rockets came from. Hopefully that answers your question. Oscar says dark brown. I think you're talking about the Merbau. Nice. So it's like a walnut. Josh says, finally found a place on Marketplace that carries exotic woods about an hour from me. Don't know the prices yet, but better than the gas to travel 3 hours, I would guess. Yeah, you'll find out, huh? It might not be, but that's cool. That's cool nonetheless. Yeah, down the line, I'm gonna be building something. So my dad, he had this. It's called he called it a makeshift tenon cutter, and for his staircase rails, he'd mortise out for the spindles, right? And there's two ways to do it really, and you guys have probably seen, Jasper has a video on it, but let me see if I can find it real quick. Anyways, let me explain first before I show you. So you set up two posts, and then it has like a one has like a pin, like a lathe, and then one is used as a rotary. And one holds the router, and then you just rotate the spindle, the piece of wood, and you could cut your tenon, basically your spindle part, your broken down part that's going to go into your tenon to your mortise. The broken down tenon that's going to go into your mortise of your rail. That's for your spindles. I'll show you guys right now. Hold on. If I can find it. There it is. So I have a few of these. And, oh, this is cool. This is actually from Veritas. I haven't used this much. So this is a 1.5-inch tenon cutter, and it's by Veritas. That's cool. I did not know that this was Veritas, but this hooks up to your impact, and you just run your wood in, and it'll cut you a tenon, a spindle, a tenon for your spindle that goes into the. I have a few of them, but I'll be making a video sometime with this. It's actually pretty cool. Or I'll give you a better look at it, since you didn't probably see it. That's pretty cool. Hooks up to your impact, and you just run it. I think Jesper has one. Jesper from Jesper Makes. He has one that's similar. I don't know if his is from Veritas, but I'm going to assume that that's pretty expensive because Veritas is very expensive. I know their hand planes are. They're like similar to Lee Nelson. They're like right around $400. So that's probably $200 right there, I'm assuming. Oscar says, yeah, sort of different grain pattern. Yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna have to check that wood out. I'm gonna write that down. Thanks, Oscar. I love having I love having new ideas. I'm down for some new wood species. Okay. Thank you, kind sir. Sorry, I got I got to catch up now. Not that many comments though. So Josh says, place is also a sawmill that carries slabs and local hardwoods, dimensional. Nice. Josh also says, love those things. Buddy and I use them on his log home for spindles and railings. Yeah, I haven't got to use that before, and I will. I'm gonna use it soon. But he made he did a separate makeshift tenon cutter where it was like kind of like a lathe, and then you could rotate it by hand and spin it, and the router you could use like a cove bit, and it coves it out. You know, it's pretty cool. I'll have to take a picture of it, put it together, and take a picture of it. Or better yet, I could just I have a picture of my dad doing it. Oscar says, Josh, you can make some pretty cool stuff out of slabs, and they're super cheap. Oscar also says, great for log furniture. Yeah. There's a market for everything. Definitely is a market for everything. I've never, other than spindles, I haven't made a lot of log furniture, but That probably would be fun. There's a lot of stuff I still want to build. The list is endless, and I'm sure that I will never complete that list. Who else is on right now? I show 9 people right now. Say hello. Join us. What's everybody's favorite movie? Favorite movie time. What's everybody's favorite movie? There's a lot of good movies out there. Roy says, that's a great tribute to your father, and please accept my deepest sympathy for your loss. That is a fantastic memory. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, you know, I was very close with my dad. Yeah, he's my best friend. It was it was cancer is a very it's not kind to people. It's not kind to the person with the disease and definitely the people around them. That's why you got to love people, around you and really be yourself and share who you are, because you are important. Even when you feel like you're not, and even when you feel like you're just lost and in a rut or whatever the case may be, just remember that you're important. You have something. You have something to give. You have not just something. You have a lot to give, and not just one person. A lot of people. My dad was a special man, and I miss him. It was very hard for me. I was very broken for like a while. It took a lot for me to come back from that. You know, time heals a little bit, but it doesn't take it away. So, but I am thankful that he was in my life for a long time, and I got to to have those long work days and stuff that father and son should be doing, and after a long work day to have a beer on the and just discuss the day, and it was fun. I have a lot of great memories of my dad, and I'm just trying my best to hopefully help carry on his legacy and create more and create my own. Josh says the great room had a 30-foot catwalk and 2 flights of stairs that we made log railings for. Burned up a couple drills. Yeah. Yeah, you got to be careful with those drills, man. I had a buddy, I'm not going to say his name, but he burned up my drill pretty good. But it was a hot day. We were mortising out holes for on top of the top plate on a form that you set it's a thing called a bidwell, and it's what you pour concrete it for. It's like a big contraption that runs off a pulley system, like with wheels, and you roll it back and forth, and it uses pressure hoses to even out the concrete. And he was drilling out holes, and he borrowed my drill and burned out my drill. And it's for the railing, the bottom railing, the little pipe. It locks into the little mortised hole, and he burned up my drill. Happens easily. He's a good guy. I wasn't mad. It happens. Ray says, I just want to brag a bit. Tomorrow is our 45th anniversary. Happy anniversary, early anniversary. That's very cool. You're very lucky. My grandparents were married for a long time. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah. that type of longevity and love is very nice to see. Very cool, Ray. Josh says, "Congrats, Ray. Pretty rare these days." Yeah, that's very rare. Roy says, "Hope you're doing something special, Ray." Yeah, me too. I hope you guys do something special. Oscar says you definitely need. Excuse me. Oscar says you need to try African blackwood. Definitely different. Are you talking about like ebony, the ivory? They have some cool exotic woods. Those are like really high end woods though. They're very expensive, from what I've seen. But they're good accent woods. They're real nice. But so I've heard. I've never done work with ebony before, and but I've heard it's really hard to work. It's a really dense wood. It's really hard to mill down and takes a lot of work. Maybe anybody, I haven't used it, but that's so I've heard. Yeah, going out to dinner special. There you go. That's cool, man. Congratulations to you and your wife. That's pretty awesome. Exotic woods are fun though. They really, if when you can utilize them, they come out real nice. It's nice to, those subtle details are what really makes a piece really pop, in my opinion. I need to find a place for some. I actually, not right now, but down the line, I'd like to build like a jewelry box, a nice one. And that, I went to my local hardwood dealer, and they said that curly maple and a Clara walnut, that's a real specialty type of. Those are two specialty items. So I'd like to get something like that, real special. Um, Real nice grain match, do a book match, and you know, I think that'd be something cool a challenge. Josh said missed out on a deal last week. 8-foot 1x6 leopard wood for $50. Damn, that sucks, man. I'm sure you'll get another opportunity. Oscar says, yeah, kind of rough on the blades, but worth it. Yeah. Those real dense hardwoods are not kind to your tools, but they definitely come out nice when you put a little bit of work into them. Oscar says, yeah, you missed out. It happens. I missed out on some stuff too. I've missed out on some stuff. Or it's funny, like this, it's funny, like you buy, like I made a list of stuff I wanted tool wise, because I had sold my welder and I had a little extra money to, kind of throw at some stuff that I needed. And I was really dead set on getting a lathe, but I kind of sat back and said, hey, what else could I use that would be much needed at this time? So I did that. And then you end up buying stuff, and then you see like other little things. You're like, damn, I wish I would have thought of that. Like it is what it is, be it wood or tools or like deals, like it happens. It happens. Yeah. Oscar says when you want to stand out, you have to make some blade sacrifices. Yeah, I mean, you kind of do. Obviously, the type of work that we do, your tools, be it low quality tools or high quality tools, they you have to do maintenance on them, basic maintenance, be it blade or clearing out your tenions for your table saw, really keeping things clean. Like my table saw, that's one thing. Like this, I have a really nice table saw, which I'm very happy to have, very thankful to have. But the one thing, and this is no disrespect to Grizzly, but the one thing, even with my 1300 CFM dust collector system running to my inlet, there's still buildup inside there still gets to be a lot of buildup in the reservoir of the table saw, which if you don't do the maintenance, it can really get into all your fine places in your table saw and really kind of cause problems if you don't get, that's just an example. Like, you just got to take care of your stuff. And, doing work like this, working with these hardwoods, these real dense woods, your tools like blades and stuff like that, those are things that like you're going to have to replace, and that's just part of the game. Hey, what's up, Conrad? How you doing, brother? Did you do a market today, or was that the final one last time? Roy says, got to go to sleep. Take care, everyone. Hey, thanks, Roy. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate you being here. I'll see you on the next one, brother. Josh said, wasn't checking Marketplace often enough. Guys pass away, and widows sell everything in the shop for pennies on the dollar. Not taking advantage of anyone, just seizing opportunities. Yeah, man. Yeah. There's a lot of opportunity out there. For me, I mostly look in the local part, but the local marketplace section. But man, sometimes it pays off just to like look everywhere, Like Conrad just put up a post like maybe like 2 weeks ago, week or 2 weeks ago, and it was for a bunch of hand tools, and I was like, oh shit, dude, that would be nice to have all that stuff. Like a guy had there was a bunch of planes, old hand planes, and spoke shave in there, a bunch of stuff like that I want. But everything comes in time if you really like plan for it and just, it doesn't have to be right now. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Hey, Kat, how you doing? Kat says, hey, y'all. Sorry I'm late. Nephew surprised me from New York. Hope everyone is doing good. Yeah, we're doing good. We're just hanging out. Determined to DIY. Nice to see everyone. Hope y'all all having a good day. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're having a good day too. Josh says, my saw is the same. Have to blow it out before I shut off dust collector. It's because all the openings for adjusting cranks. Yeah. I don't blow it out every time, but definitely every week I'm cleaning it out if I'm doing like a bunch of, I guess it kind of just depends on my workload for the week, really. Conrad says, I was going to go to the show today, but weather showed noon showers, so I threw a flag on it. Yeah, you guys have some crazy weather over there, huh? You guys have that real like I spent like a month in Florida when I was like a teenager, and might have been over a month, but I noticed there's like a lot of warm rain. Is that common over there? Everybody's saying hello. Yeah, we're just hanging out. Just hanging with your boy. I'm eating pizza and had a beer and a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, there's a bunch of Conrad says, oh yeah, the daily showers at the same time. Yeah. when I was there, the weather was decent, but when it rained like a few days, and it was just like crazy ass rain. We went all up and down the state too. We went to the Keys, which was nice. The Keys. Have you ever been to the Keys, Conrad? It's crazy because you have to. It's like you're entering a different country. You're like you take this long bridge, and then you go to the Keys. It's like a different world. They have some good food over there, though. Damn, they had some good food. That was a long time ago. I think I was like 13. Yeah, the Keys were fun. Josh is thinking of trying to fabricate some kind of rubber flaps or bristles over those openings to improve suction in the table saw. Yeah. That might help. I need to switch up my my Hepavac's pretty good for my Bosch miter saw, but from what I've seen, the only downside that I could see from my Bosch, and that I've watched videos too online, is the dust trap that's right before the blade, and it's they have like an upgrade that's a little bit, the funnel kind of comes out a little bit more, and it seems like people who upgrade that, it kind of takes care of the problems that their miter saw has as far as dust collection goes, because other than that HEPA-Vac does a pretty good job, you know. Getting a little windy over here, a little windy. I got a week left. I got a week left of vacation, man. I call it vacation. I'm ready to get back to work, but I'm gonna go back. I go back. I'm gonna be cleared on the 16th, and then I'll probably come back that Monday, I'm assuming. So I'm just enjoying. I've been doing stuff for my house still, but I'm not really big. I'm not really like excited about tile work, but I mean, I didn't tile my kitchen. That's a lot of tiling. But I did tile my whole bathroom, and I tiled my my shower. I'm like probably 85% done, so I got a little bit more work to do. So that's what I've been doing. Yeah, I was gonna say zero clearance does help with that. I don't have as I need to make a I need to make a zero clearance for my miter saw, and I need to make a zero clearance for my table saw. It's just something that I haven't done yet. I just haven't got around to it. But anyway, Conrad says zero clearance helps with dust collection, and mini saws have shield, riving knife, top vacuum port. Yeah, I have a hookup. I have the whole riving knife port thing. I don't want it on my table saw. It's just, I feel like it's a preference, and it probably would help out more, but I just don't want to do it, you know. Determined says, I'm okay, busy. I need to get back on here. Yeah, you do. Conrad says, me too. I turned it on once and never used it since. Yeah. Are you talking about the attachment for your table saw, or what are you talking about? Maybe you can elaborate. Kat says busy is good though. Determined. Definitely miss seeing you here. Yeah, it's nice to have you here. I'm gonna determine. I'm gonna share your page. If you guys haven't followed determined to DIY, I shared his link right there. Show him some love. Yeah, the top vacuum riving knife shield combo. Yeah, I have that. I kind of figured out that's what you were talking about. I feel I just I feel like it kind of gets in the way. That's just my opinion. My friend has a saw stop and he had one on his, and it was yeah, I didn't really like it. And I mean, I was pushing a full sheet of plywood through, so you have to be really locked in to do that, you know. So like, I felt like I didn't feel like it helped me, like it helped make it any easier, which is it's not the easiest thing to do, especially since you don't have if you don't have a outfeed table, you know. Josh says. Josh says I tiled 1,500 square feet in Buddy's log home 12 years ago, including 2 showers. I think that's when my back problem started. Maybe, yeah. Tiling's not. It's definitely time consuming. It's not easy work. I like to do it, but I mean, I wouldn't want to do it like as a job, like everyday job, you know. Um, much respect to the guys who did my kitchen. Uh, you know, shout out to Jesse Thomas and Miguel of Ideal Custom Tile Incorporated. They did a beautiful job. I just, you know, I could have had them finish up my shower for me, but I kind of wanted to do it myself. I felt like I started it, so I need to finish it. And it was just one of those projects that I started a while back, and I just haven't, you know, got to finish it. So that's where I'm at with that. But house is getting closer to being done, so I'm very happy about that. Yeah, I got some other stuff that I want to do. So, Kat says they did. Tile looks great in your kitchen. Thanks, Kat. Yeah, it looks pretty. It looks really good. They did a really good job. Josh says the big 18-inch by 24-inch tiles were a nightmare to level. Oh shit! I've never done well. The floor I've done. I think they're either 12 by 12 or 13 by 13. I think they're 12 by 12. They say they're 12 by 12, but it's not a hard dimension, so it's like I think there might be a little bit bigger than that. So yeah, the floor tiles, that's the biggest ones I've ever done. I've never done some 18 by 24s, so that's crazy. There's some people who do tile that get down, man. It's just like, wow. Kudos to them. Shout out to them, you know. That's hard work. Got to be real creative with angles and things like that, and scribing and all kinds of stuff. It's definitely easy to not, you know, it's easy to mess up. Determine, you still on here? When's you gonna be doing any more videos coming up? I know you've done a little bit of videos. You planning on doing some more? And what have you been working on lately? Cat says, yeah, heck yeah, I couldn't do it. I'd get annoyed. It's I don't ever get annoyed with tile. You know, you kind of, maybe if it was a gigantic job and I was under some pressure, I might like be like, oh damn, you know, like. But for the most part, I'm pretty chill when it comes to tile. These ants must, I mean, these flies. I have a fly that's flying around. He must be a pizza fan. Josh says I spent hours marking lines on floors to keep tiles straight. Those tiles are never exact and can't trust the spacers. Yeah, it's tough. That's the type of thing. It's tough. Like that type of a wall's never going to be plumb. Nothing's ever going to be true. Even as locked in as you get it, everything's going to move. That's just how it is, you know. Especially when you're doing tile and stuff like that. Deflection just happens. It's part of it, part of the game. Get her, fly. Conrad says, I saw a DIY video with the jigsaw Halloween faces. That's cool. That's how I do my a lot of my my stuff for my yard. Like I'll do like pumpkins and stuff like that. I'll cut them all special out of plywood and I'll just like add layers to them and stuff, you know. One year I made this really cool present. I made like a stack of present boxes. When I have time, it's up in my storage right here. But when I have time, I'll show you guys. I made like it's pretty cool. I made like the 3-tier boxes of like presents. And then like I designed them like they have like the, you know, the bows on them and stuff. But then the bow part, the actual bow tie itself on them, I custom made that with my jigsaw out of another layer of plywood, and it looks like a 3D effect. It looks pretty cool. I'll have to get those out when I have time. Cat says Joe's short, Conrad. Conrad says yes, the short. I'll try something similar with thinner stock and scroll saw. My buddy's actually going to be, he's supposed to be giving me his scroll saw, which is pretty cool. Josh says, yeah, when you walk in the door, you have a 40-foot span, easy to see if lines aren't straight. Yeah. Yeah, it is. That's definitely where the skill and the, you know, everything comes into play, because you make it, that's when you can kind of make it look like it's true. Hey Robert, what's going on? Good evening. How you doing? How's your day going? What's everybody got going on tonight? Robert says, not bad. Got a stove cover milled and glued up. Nice, man. Nice. Conrad says, I got my DeWalt scroll saw from a marketplace deal. Only needed to clean and sand down and wax the deck. Still haven't used it though. I've only used a scroll saw a few times. I think my buddy's gonna give me I think he has one from Dremel, and he's been on here, Sean. I think he said his is from Dremel. I've heard some good things. A friend of mine, she has a DeWalt scroll saw, and she does some pretty cool stuff. Man, I think the best scroll saw that I've used though is a Jet. I used a scroll saw by Jet, and that thing was pretty gnarly. Excuse me. Robert says, got a couple of things put together to start fencing and a pasture for mini donkey and coon pigs. Nice. That'll be fun. Yeah. I'm just hanging out. After this, I'll probably just go hang out with my family. Maybe I'll do a little bit more tile. We'll see. Probably just hang out though. Robert said, "Yeah, no." You gotta have fun with it, man. Gotta have fun with it. What's everybody else got going on? Any projects? Stuff that they're looking forward to? Maybe I'll throw my hat into some holiday decor. We'll see. What would you guys like to see? Like something that you don't see a lot of people making, like through holiday time, that you'd like to see? What's something that you think that you'd like to see that you haven't seen in, or don't see a lot of? Maybe you can share. Josh says, I've got an old 16-inch Ryobi scroll saw I got just out of high school. Been collecting dust over 20 years. Should fire it back up again. Yeah, those scroll saws are fun. They're a lot of fun. Robert G says, well, the gasoline pile driver will be interesting. Yeah, those are very interesting. You talking about the one where it's like the buddy system, like you got two guys? Conrad says, tomorrow I have to finish up a bunch of pending projects. I have a neighbor's side table to reassemble. I remember you saying that. I patched up nail holes in it today. Then I have a bunch of little boxes almost done. Nice. Robert G says, only the Chinese would call a fence post driver. Kat says, trying to figure out how I can woodwork while stuck in it to a machine in the hospital for the week. Table saw is out of it, I guess. Yeah. Well, hopefully, I don't know. Maybe you could just watch videos, I guess. That'd be crazy if you brought a table saw into the hospital, and they all of a sudden they just hear you cutting, and they just run in like, "What are you doing? What do you mean? What am I doing? I'm doing a little woodworking." Robert says hand tool time. Oscar says scroll saw cat. Conrad says cat time to learn SketchUp. Oh, yeah, SketchUp. I like SketchUp and then I don't like SketchUp. Yeah, SketchUp's okay. I feel like I could design differently on my own. I think SketchUp's like a good tool, and you could design and get all your pieces and have everything dialed in. But I don't know. I like the challenge of designing myself without like a program. Just me. Cat says chisels and a mallet. There you go. I've actually got some. I got some Japanese chisels on my radar that I found that aren't too expensive and they're pretty nice ones. That and a block plane. I found this Japanese block plane that's pretty nice, and surprisingly, it has a real high rating and it's not like too expensive. It's like I could probably buy like 6 of those for the price of like a Veritas or a Lee Nielsen. Robert says whittling carving tools. Kat says they said bring stuff to occupy my time. Hey, they didn't specify what exact stuff you'd be limited to, so there you go. Go get a table saw. Josh says, Robert, I used one of those once. Had to stand in the bucket of a tractor to get high enough and have driver lowered as it went down. Was an 8-foot garden fence to keep deer out. Yeah, I've had to use one of those with a backhoe, and I've had to use one of those with a skid steer too. You know, that's interesting. Robert says, I went to college for drafting design, so I like to draw it up. Yeah, I've noticed a lot of like drafting design, graphic design, that field. A lot of IT people, a lot of they're very good woodworkers. A lot of people when they think like of, and this is really not the notion, like a lot of people think like blue collar workers would be like legitimate woodworkers. That's not necessarily the case. Most of the people are like from like design backgrounds, and those are the people that really flourish. Just from what I've seen, like as far as on YouTube and like and woodworking go. Oscar says, design on the fly. The sketch in my head is always changing. I like to design on the fly, but I also do like to have a pre-planned to design. I feel like both can go hand in hand because you can always change stuff. Robert says, I'm only driving 5-foot posts, so it won't be bad. That's not bad. Conrad says, I've been wanting a good block plane. I want to use it to make fine mitered corners for cedar planks and humidors. I'll have to post it on the Bearded Viking page, Conrad. Let me write that down. And you can check it out. It's a pretty nice block plane, Conrad. I'll post it on the Bearded Viking. And I think it's only like, man, I want to say it's like $60. That's pretty damn good compared to these other high dollar planes. And I do know that I think it's the same company as those chisels, and I do know that they use pretty high quality steel. So, I mean, obviously I can only tell you so much. You got to check it out for yourself because I don't have one. If I had one, then I'd be like, damn, this thing's nice. But from what I've seen and what I've read about them, they're pretty nice for the price. Kat says, right on, Josh. I like that idea. Robert says, what kind is it? What kind what are you talking about, Robert? Are you talking about the plane? Let me see if I can find it. Hold on a second. I'll find it right now. And I'll post it on the link. Let's see. See if I can find it. There's a bunch of them. I'll have to send a couple of them. I'll have to put it on the Bearded Viking page because there's a couple of them. They're pretty nice. I'll share it on the Bearded Viking page, Robert. You can check it out. Yeah, it's a block plane. For the price, it's pretty good, I feel. I don't know how I mean, a lot of people have bought them and they've given it good rating, but you can only, that only goes so far. You kind of have to experience it for yourself. So I as far as that, I don't know. Josh says lots of mathematics and geometry in woodworking. That's why most younger people don't do it. Shocking that almost 75% of people can't read a tape measure now. Yes, it's very shocking. Yeah, it's very shocking. The level, you should want to be good in your trade and want to be good. Like, I mean, if you want to get good at something, you want to put as much time and effort and learn as much as you can in it, right? So I guess that's not always the notion now for most people. They just, feel like it's too much time and too much effort. So old schoolers were definitely different in a lot of areas, but there still are some quality builders in the world still. But yeah, a lot of people don't know how to read a tape measure, which is crazy. Blows my mind. Conrad says skills like woodworking and mechanics used to learn by helping dad. Not many people use those skills today. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm not like I wouldn't say like I'm the best mechanic, but I can, do some stuff. I can figure out some problems and, Oscar says, yeah, you can't do a tape measure on your fingers. So most of the young people are out. Shit. Yeah. It's not even like, it's crazy, Imagine being like a machinist or like someone who deals with like a millwright. They deal in like 3/1000ths and 5/1000ths of an inch, or like a machinist is like 100,000ths of an inch. Like it's 16ths and 30 seconds and 64ths and 1/28ths. That's not crazy. And even like on an engineer scale tape, it's intense, and that's what you use for like grading and with a laser, stuff like that. So like, it's just, are you willing to learn? Do you take pride in the shit that you're doing? If you don't, then you don't. And then, like I've said before, it'll show in your work. You can't, in woodworking and things like that, you can't fake it and make it. Hey, what's up, Johnny King? How you doing, brother? Josh says technology is killing the trade. People depending on machines too much. Heck, most kids can't read a clock unless it's a digital or make change at the checkout. Just saying what I've experienced. Yeah, the times are changing. It's kind of sad. Like, technology is a really cool thing, right? But it's only cool like in certain areas. Like, there's some shit coming that's really just, I don't feel is going to help the generations to come. I feel like hard work, and I feel like becoming who you are, and a lot of things that like old school mentality has, it's not around nowadays. It's just fading a lot. And I feel like a lot of this technology is not making it. I mean, but it all started like with the cell phone. Like when cell phones became more mainstream and they were more like computers, like the iPhones and things like that. It is nice to have something that can help you just obtain knowledge at a moment's notice. But there's other ways. And Only some of these tools are really good for us as human beings. A lot of them aren't. So that's the scary thing about the future. I feel. I don't know. What's up, Jan? How you doing, brother? Oscar says, not enough. You broke it. You fix it. Parents out there, sad for the next generation or the new generation. Yeah. Johnny King says they don't do hard work. They think the buildings build themselves. Yeah. Yeah. The crazy part is that like, and this is eventually it will become a problem. So like, I'm in the trades, so I could speak from experience. So like, you have the people around you to teach you. That's not going away. They're developing new ways to teach you. You know, because when you're out in the field, you have to use your mind and the tools you have in your bags and all that stuff and what you've learned, right? So, it's like the pay is going up. It's continuing to go up, but the overall level is not rising. It's only rising like a certain amount. So there's going to come a point in time when like something will happen. Something will happen that like, okay, we're not going to pay a guy $80 an hour if he doesn't know how to read a fucking tape measure. Excuse my language. But if he doesn't know how to read a tape measure, you're not going to want to pay the guy $80. You're going to say, here's your 2 checks. See you later, right? No hard feelings. It's just you don't know how to do it. If you don't know how to do it, then you're not going to have much success, especially as your pay grade goes up. As your pay grade goes up, you should like, that's one of the things that you have to just continue to learn and get better if you want to keep making money. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you. Kat says, teach your kids. Found my son teaching my daughter and nephews how to check fluids in the car before hopping on there. Yeah, that's cool. If someone's willing to teach, like, you know, like we've had that discussion before too, and a lot of people had a lot of valid points. Conrad and Kat and many others had a lot of valid points. It's very true. If you have to be willing to teach people, yes, but they have to be willing to learn too at the same time. So Ray says, my granddaughter and grandson can read a tape measure, 16 and 19, but they were taught well. Yes. That's from you. Or your kids taught them. I don't know. That's cool though. Kat says, heck yeah, Ray, I agree. Heck yeah. Josh says, right, Johnny, like we should stop farming because you can get everything at the supermarket. Yeah. Johnny says, my son went out of high school to laying brick. Now he is in poured walls now. Congratulations to your son, Johnny. See, hard work pays off. You know, you're going to have moments in your life where you get discouraged, but hard work pays off as long as you believe in yourself and you believe in your skills and you believe in your mind and you're determined to elevate, and you're going to keep ascending. Oscar says, Kat, I agree. If you don't drive it, you should be able to maintain it. That's true. You know? It's funny, like my truck, like my finance, where I bought my truck, they'll send me like brochures in the mail. They'll be like, bring your truck in for an oil change or bring your truck in for like a maintenance and stuff like that. I'm like, no. I'll do it. Johnny says, my daughter is going to college to become an automotive tech. Nice. All right, guys and gals, I'm going to go 10 more minutes on here, and then I'm going to jump off. Go spend some time with my family. It's been real nice going live, though. I appreciate you all for joining me. Who's on right now? It shows 13. Who's on right now that hasn't said hello? Just drop in and say hello. Say hi. Let me know you're here. Yeah, click the like. Click that like button. I knew you were here, Sean. What's up, brother? Don't tell me what to do. I never would, brother. I love you, man. Josh says, my friend and former coworker is also shop teacher at our rural school. He's worried about what will happen when he retires. Wants me to start mentoring program. You should, man. You should. Dude, if I think that'd be cool to be a shop teacher in like a high school. It'd be kind of it would probably be a little bit like there'd be a lot of anxiety because, you know, first time users with like really dangerous tools. You just got to be very careful. Got to make sure your safety protocol and programs in place are very like detailed and just real hands-on, you know. But I think that's cool, man. A mentoring program would be really cool. I actually went to I signed up for this class. It was like a 6-week class, 7-week class, and it was a woodworking class. And I went, and it was at the college over here, and they had a really nice shop. I was surprised. Robert says, I did twice. You hit that like button twice. Nice. Just 2. Johnny says, have a great night. Got to go. Sawdust early tomorrow. Night, Johnny. What'd you say, Sean? Just 2? Just I? I don't know what you meant by that. Maybe you can elaborate. Kat says, absolutely, Josh, you should. Conrad said, high school kids are the devil. They're a product of their environment, you know. If they have a good, solid support system around them, and they, you know, they should be able to pick the right friends, and you know, because stuff happens in school, you know. You just hope that they just continue a good path. Ray says, I don't know any schools around here that have a shop class anymore. Yeah, I was surprised. Josh said he's frustrated because they won't budget his department money because they spend it all on sports, and he coaches wrestling and football. Yeah, man, that's that's crazy. That's crazy that they, yeah. When I was in high school, at my high school, they didn't have a wood shop. Well, they kind of did. It was like we had a good shop teacher, I'd say. He taught us a lot of stuff that was like, you know, not having a lot, he taught us a lot for what he could, you know, with what he had. Kat says a lot of the best mechanics and tradesmen had that one teacher that showed them an interest in teaching them. Yeah, it's nice to have a mentor, you know, and it's nice to have good peers around you. You know, it's nice to just have that extra support. That I feel like that can take you a long way. You know, like we have a good community here, and it would be awesome to you know, to bring these younger generations up and like have them interested in this type of thing. Like, you know, this is very, this whole YouTube thing isn't just an entertainment thing. It's not just for entertainment value. It's like, you know, you want people to learn from you. You don't just want to be their friend. You don't just want to like show them what you're building. You want to show them, maybe you could show them how to build a different way, or just stuff like that. You know, like there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. And just to see, it would be so cool to see like younger people that just show interest in this type of thing. This is not easy. These projects are not easy. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be done like right away. And just know that everybody starts at learning the first how to read a tape, stuff like that, how to, whatever, and then they progress. But it takes time, and it'd just be nice to see like, younger viewers that would come in and just learn stuff. I actually follow a kid. He's actually he's been a woodworker since he was like 10. His name's Evan. It's called Evan's Workshop. He's pretty good. He's been taught like he's taken his time. He's had a lot of good teachers, and just his dad wouldn't let him use a table saw for a long time, and he'd have to his progression. He'd have to get. It was kind of cool how his dad, like from what I've seen so far, it was cool how his dad taught him. His dad taught him in installments. Like, okay, here's this. I'm going to give you this. Learn what you can with this. Get better with this, and then we're going to jump to this. And then he'd do the same thing, and he's progressed, which is cool. I think that's really cool. Oscar says schools are a business nowadays, not a educational facility. Sadly, yeah, a lot of them aren't really. They focus on different stuff now. What's up, Joe? How you doing, brother? Josh says he was deployed for over a year last year, and the school canceled the program till he got back. Kids were crushed. Yeah, that sucks, man. That sucks. Robert says, my high school shop teacher was the CAD teacher and tech teacher. Wow. He was loaded, huh? They were giving him the business. Oscar says, yeah, shop is where you learn stuff, good or bad. Yeah. Everything that's bad can be turned to good, as long as you just keep that mentality like you're going to grow, Kat says, absolutely, yes, there's a few great teen woodworkers on here. Happy to see that. Yeah, it's refreshing to see. There's a lot of skilled individuals. Yeah, I bet you he was, Robert. He was good. 2 more minutes and I'm out of here. So before I get out of here, there's my wife. There's my wife, Jessica. Before I get out of here, I will share this again. In my description box on my page and on the beginning of this chat, I have the link for my Patreon. There's a member sign up, and there's a paid member sign up. Either way, I'd love your support. It helps me with this channel. It helps me keep this content going. I'm trying to grow and trying to, helps me just keep bringing this stuff to you guys. And also, if you haven't, hit that like button. And then if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go check out my videos. And if you like them, hit that subscribe button too. And also on the Bearded Viking page, I will be sharing that Japanese block plane and some other stuff. So you guys look out for that. And I just appreciate everybody for joining me. Good night. Thanks for joining me on this Saturday evening. And I appreciate it and love you all. Peace.